Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we're finna react. This is arguably the best written Black Hood movie I've ever witnessed. I didn't enjoy it as a kid growing up because I was a fucking kid. How the fuck am I gonna enjoy this? But, um, okay, somebody car alarm went off. I don't know if y'all heard that, but somebody car alarm went off. I wish they, they lucky the rent is $400. If the rent wasn't $400, I'd be out this bitch. But anyways, though, shit, yeah, man, I was a kid, so I wasn't really big on this movie. To be honest with you, my mom took me to go see this fucking movie, and I fell asleep in the movie theater. I didn't watch none of this. I fell asleep at the very fucking beginning. That's how boring it was. I was like, Mom, I think this movie came out around the same time Toy Story 2 came out. And I wanted to go see Toy Story 2, but my mom was like, nah, you been acting up. We gonna go see this movie. Why I gotta go see this movie with you? Cause I said so. I was like, all right, you got it, my nigga. All right, cool. You got it. I ain't want the problems. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get my ass whooped. I was just making an observation, and I thought that it would be okay if we didn't watch this movie, instead go see Toy Story 2, which I really wanted to see, but my mom was on, like, nah, nigga, you been on that bullshit. You gonna get this. So we went to go watch this movie. I couldn't tell you what happened in that movie when I forgot how old I was at the time, but I fell asleep through the whole movie. I think I woke up at the very fucking end when he had dude over the ledge ready to choke him and kill him, pretty much. That's when I woke up. And I was like, what's this? Oh, he's choking him out. Oh, okay. And I fell back to sleep, and then my mom woke me up like, wake up. I was like, no. I don't want to watch this shit, Mom. But nah, this is a dope movie. You know, I got to see it in my later years. I want to say the first time I watched this movie, I was 14. Yeah, I was like 14. This was on Showtime. This movie popped up on Showtime, and I enjoyed it. And I said, wow. And over the years of me going back and watching hood movies that I wasn't old enough to watch or understand at the time they came out, I have to say, out of all of them, this was a well written and really good story to tell. So I forgot who the director of this is, but whoever the director of this movie is, this is a fantastic movie. This is an underrated movie. It's actually in my top 5. It's actually in my personal top 5 for best hood movies. It's in my top 5, most definitely. But anyways, though, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Too complex, much too complex, much too complex.
Welcome back to the Black Track, where I do commentary and review movies with an all-black cast, or at least a black lead. Today's movie is The Best Man, a 1999 film written and directed by Malcolm D. Lee, who is the cousin of famous writer and director Spike Lee. Just like Spike Lee, Malcolm set out to make a film that was unlike any other black film that was popular at the time. He didn't want to make another inner-city drug, gang, or crime movie, which had pretty much run its course by the late 90s. So he decided to make a movie that was more of a representation of himself and his friends. At the time, there was a surge in the popularity of romantic comedies, especially ones that centered around weddings. So Lee decided that he would base his romantic comedy on the Black Wedding Experience. In fact, the original name for the movie was My Homeboy's Wedding, which is a spin on a popular wedding movie from the 90s called My Best Friend's Wedding. In the end, Lee settled on The Best Man, but it could have easily been called How Not to Treat Your Best Friends, because it's basically a study on the topic.
Facts.
The Best Man stars Taye Diggs, fresh off his breakout role in How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Funny enough, he was actually in 2 movies between that movie and The Best Man, one of them being another wedding movie called The Wood. While researching, I learned that Malcolm Lee actually tried really hard to get his movie out before The Wood, but failed by 2 months. Even though there are 2 completely different movies, I don't blame him for trying since they have similar themes.
Yeah.
He also tried to time his movie with the release of Soul Food, knowing that black people would be looking for more of the same type of movie. That was pretty smart, even though he was about 2 years too late. Taye Diggs plays Harper.
Yeah, then he ended up putting it out around the time Toy Story 2 came out. Had kids all over, all the black kids all over the world mad. Because we ain't want to see this shit, man. I wanted to see Woody and Buzz on another adventure, man. I didn't want to see this shit. But hey, it's a fire-ass movie. Still a fire-ass movie, but still, though. I wanted to see Toy Story 2, man.
Stewart, a writer's name if I ever heard one. And he's spending the weekend with old friends since he's the best man at his best friend's wedding. The only problem is, Harper wrote a horribly ill-conceived book with thinly veiled similarities to all his friends. Unflattering similarities, might I add. That's a shame, because he has such a talented cast of friends in this movie, like Nia Long and Morris Chestnut, who reunite after starring together.
Yeah, all-star cast right here. All-star cast. Everybody a legend. Matter of fact, hold on. I gotta do it for the one time. Hold on. So this is an all-star cast right here. I apologize for the train in the background. I really do apologize. All this shit going on. Somebody car alarm going off. Then the train's going off. It's like, man, I can't catch a fucking break tonight. Jesus Christ. Oh, here we go.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Goated class. Goated cast right here. This is a goated cast.
And Boys in the Hood, Sanaa Lathan, Harold Perrineau, and Terrence Howard. In interviews, all the cast members said that they all got along in real life, so it made it very easy to translate that friendship to the screen. It shows too. Harper may have written an ill-conceived book about his friends, but was The Best Man an ill-conceived film not only for 1999 but for 2021 also? Let's black track and find out. Man, Hopper, you were off to a good start. Bath time with Sanaa Lathan? I'll take it. I bet Taye Diggs didn't even read the rest of the script after seeing that. Her name is Robin in this movie, and Robin set this scene with a purpose. She's been with Hopper for a few years now, and is wondering when he's gonna make that big commitment. Hopper is talking real slow, and Robin didn't light all these candles for nothing. Since he can't give a straight answer, she decides she's had enough of this tight ass tub anyway, and leaves him to masturbate about it, I guess. Yeah, and clean up all this shit too when you're done. One of Hopper's friends is Julian, played by Harold Perrineau, who's always going to be that one guy from Oz in the wheelchair to me. Harold is known as the friend who can't keep a secret, and he immediately proves that to be true when he tells Harper that he's read his book. I didn't mention it, but the book isn't even out yet, and Harper didn't expect anybody to read it until after the wedding. So how did everybody get their hands on this book, you ask? Well, that's because Harper still has a thing for his college friend named Jordan, played by Nia Long, who I've covered twice on the Black Track already in Boys in the Hood and Soul Food. And he gave her a copy, which basically means he gave everybody a copy, since she works for a network TV station, and it's basically her job to expose people. The scene showing that time they almost hooked up back in college is so awkward. First of all, the song that's playing in the background is not the kind of song you play when you think about getting busy. It's Stevie Wonder ass, in case you were wondering. Then when the song skips, they act like it ruined the whole week. The record player did y'all a favor if you ask me. Clearly our heart wasn't in it because I sure didn't need any music to study with a female in college. You know, I like Taye Diggs as an actor, but for some reason it came across like he was trying real hard to play a black man instead of, you know, being the black man that he already is. And if you think that statement sounds weird, then check out this scene.
I had to move. What, nigga?
See what I mean? The delivery just seems inauthentic. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Anyway, I'll tell you who didn't have.
I think that's just how Taye Diggs speak, man. I think Taye Diggs is probably one of those articulate people who just. I think Taye Diggs is just an articulate person, man. He just speaks in an articulate way. Oh man. Terrence Howard, man. I hate that Terrence Howard never got his due. He always had to play the ain't shit nigga in movies, man. All Terrence Howard movies in the beginning was ain't shit niggas. He always had to play the villain. He always had to play the antagonist. He always had to be the ain't shit nigga, man. He didn't get his break until fucking Hustle and Flow. I'm happy that he got his break in Hustle and Flow, man. I'm saying, oh, man.
Have to try too hard to come off as authentic, and that's Quentin, who's played by Terrence Howard. He's the realest dude in this movie, and he's not buying the idea that Harper wrote the characters in the book to be exaggerated versions of his friends. He thinks it's pretty damn accurate, to be honest, and is not too happy about how he's written.
I still think you might have exaggerated the brother's character a little bit. I mean, my mama not being around ain't got shit to do with how I be treating these bitches.
I think Quentin is the best character in this movie. He knows everything is going to hit the fan eventually, but he doesn't say anything. He just plays the background and makes slick jokes until everything falls apart. Terrence Howard has always been a talented actor, especially during this time period, and he kind of steals the show. What I want to know is, why is Morris Chestnut always playing a football player? He was a football player in Boys in the Hood, and I'm sure another movie I'm forgetting. It's like as soon as his agent tells him about a role, his first question is, am I a running back? Bet. His name is Lance, and he's not only a star football player, but he's Harper's best friend from college, and also the groom-to-be. Their relationship is kind of a tale of two opposites, because Lance is the prototypical jock who's super religious, and Harper is the furthest thing from an athlete and also a non-believer. Honestly though, these kind of friendships make the best friendships. You know what's the worst thing in the world? Acting one way with your fellas and having to completely change it up when your woman comes through. Julian has a girlfriend named Shelby, and she's the most toxic woman in the movie. She weaponizes her emotions to get Julian to basically drop everything and cater to her. Grow a backbone, dude.
Fact.
You used to be in Oswald State Penitentiary. You're strong.
I used to hate they dynamic. They dynamic used to piss me off. I said I could never, bro. I could never be in this type of situation, bro. Ain't no woman you ain't finna just control me and tell me when I can have fun and can't have fun, what I can wear, what I can't wear. Fuck out of here. Bitch, get out of here. Suck some dick and shut up.
Longer than this. The last piece of this wedding puzzle is the bride herself, Mia, who's played by Monica Calhoun. Nothing against her, but the way they play this scene out with the slow motion and the music would make you think she's the baddest thing walking in the movie. Nia
she wasn't. Not with Nia Long there. You got Sanaa Lathan and Nia Long. Ain't no fucking way. Hey, she was bad in Players Club. I ain't gonna lie. In Players Club, she wasn't fucking with Lisa Ray, but she was the second best thing to Lisa Ray. But here, oh, it's not even up for debate. You not touching Nia Long and Sanaa Lathan. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
You was not fucking with them two.
Long didn't even get this treatment when she was introduced. Maybe I'm just still salty at her for when she was Ebony in Players Club, since it was only 2 years before this. I see she's still a little too friendly with other people's men. Even Lance notices. Who, Harper? He ain't no...
Shit. God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to. You can't tell me every time you see this scene, you ain't looking at that ass. You can't tell me. Nigga.
You's a freaky ass nigga. You's a freaky ass nigga.
Freaky frog.
You's a freaky ass nigga.
You
You's a freaky ass nigga. You's a freaky ass nigga.
Fucking
You's a
freaky
freaky ass
frog.
nigga. You's a freaky ass 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 nigga.
I'm saying though, you can't tell. Boy.
Nobody. I just realized that her fiance in this movie is named Lance, and the guy she took from Diamond in the Players Club is also named Lance. She really loves her a Lance. In an interview once, Malcolm Lee talked about being a fan of movies where there's long stretches of interesting dialogue and nothing else, and he decided to incorporate that into The Best Man with this over 7-minute card playing scene with all the fellas. I love it because it's very realistic and authentic. Well, except for Taye Diggs. It's a conversation that you can imagine any group of friends having when they all get together and reminisce about the past. I like how the tension slowly builds in this scene, which begins with them talking about the philosophy of how to deal with women, but eventually ends up super personal when Quentin asks if it would be okay if Mia sleeps with another guy before they get married. since Lance slept with several women while they've been together. See, Lance thinks Mia is a virgin, which is highly optimistic of him even in 1999. I left off the fact that Harper already admitted in his book that he slept with Mia in college, after she confided in him one night that Lance was constantly sleeping with other women. Quentin has already read Harper's book, so he knows this, but he plays dumb to prove a point. The little facial expressions he makes at the table are hilarious, because he doesn't want to just come out and say it, he wants Lance to figure it out himself, because some people just like to watch the world burn. He doesn't even care that he nearly got choked out for the insinuation.
Whose hand is it?
Like I said, Terrence Howard is great in this movie. Personally, I feel like Quentin could have took Lance. Guess we'll never know. To make matters worse, Lance is now in possession of Harper's book. Man, I would just leave. There's a theory that the whole reason that Harper wrote a book exposing his secrets and how he feels about his friends was low-key a therapeutic way for him to confess all his sins and get it off his conscience. It's the only thing that makes sense for why he would let a completely finished book end up in all their hands right before his best friend's wedding.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put the book out until after the wedding. I would have waited till after the wedding. Why would I ruin my best friend's moment by letting him know that I smashed this girl? Why would I do that? But then again, I wouldn't smash my homie girl. That's kind of fucked up, but that's another, you know, he broke the bro code. Let's just keep it real. Taye Diggs broke the bro code, most definitely, but I bet I would have never, ever let that book get out to the public. I would have said, wait till we long gone and away from each other. Y'all, you back in the NFL doing your thing. I'm going to put the book out. You read the book. You can yell at me over the phone. I'm going to be 500 miles away from you talking about some, yeah, big dog. I'm apologizing, big dog. I ain't meaning big dog. I just try to get off my chest, big dog. You ain't finna fuck me up. He was asking to get his ass whooped, pretty much.
Even Jordan thinks he's crazy once she connects the dots.
Lance has got a million important things to do to keep his mind from wandering on outlandish flights of fancy from my little book. As a matter of fact, he won't have time to read it.
Shit.
Oops. The book doesn't even look all that long, and he's like halfway through that thing, bruh. You are literary fucked. For Mia's part, she's mad casual about all this. Losing her virginity to somebody who wasn't her boyfriend was just something she needed at the time to feel better, according to her. You know, kind of like needing somebody to scratch that one itch you can't reach. It's no big deal. Jordan is flabbergasted, but also kind of intrigued. Damn, didn't know Harper had it like that. So intrigued, in fact, that she just comes right out and just asks to be scratched by Harper.
I want to make love to you tonight.
Got to love.
Shit, you ain't gotta tell me twice. You ain't gotta tell me twice, baby. Shit, how you want it? Shit, how you want it? How you want it? You want it from the front? You want it from the back? You want me to put the leg in the air? What you want? You want the Superman? You ain't gotta tell me. Nia Long said I wanna. What? I'm laying it. Shit, I'm laying it down, nigga. This shit is game over. All you had to say was the magic words. Nia Long, a young Nia Long in her prime too. We making babies. What you talking
about? A woman about her business. She treats it like some kind of business meeting. That's by design, of course, because her character is so busy that she neglects her love and sex life. Friday at 7:30 good for you? Don't be late. Well, Harper didn't say no. I swear, the further this weekend goes, the more nerves they pile on Harper. Mia more or less credits their entire relationship to him, and even Lance is starting to give their unique friendship the side eye. Hell, when Harper goes to the bathroom, I'm convinced this is about to be a short movie because Lance locks the door and confronts him a little aggressively like it's about to go down right now.
El Boogie, what's up, baby?
We already see how short his fuse is. Instead, he just thanks him and also credits their relationship to him. Man, you could have said that outside. You got me nervous.
Did he wash his
hands?
hands?
Thank God the tension is broken up by Jim Moody, who played Daddy Leroy Green Sr. in The Last Dragon. I hope he brought pizza. I also briefly showed him when I talked about Lean On Me. He's the guy who was about to fight Joe Clark at the beginning of the movie. So you gonna come over tonight or not? Angela Bassett already told me how you get down. She's really aggressive about this, knowing that Harper has a girlfriend. Man, the kitty cat wants what it wants, I guess. After you sat through all the sappiness of the rehearsal dinner and everything else, you know what's next. That's right, you guessed it.
The bachelor party.
This is how we do it.
And this one is set up by Quentin, so you know it's gonna be hype. At least for everybody else it is. Looks like Julian can't even go, because if he does, Shelby will have her feelings hurt. After much pressure from his fellas and Quentin finally convincing him to grow some nuts, he tells her he's going, and that's final. About time, dude. I mean, this is minor. I'm sure y'all's relationship can be salvaged from this. Maybe not. Julian then fell in love with one of the strippers. The stripper Candy is played by longtime actress Regina Hall, who most people probably know from the Scary Movie series, but this was actually her very first movie role. She tells a story in an interview she did where she said that she didn't even know how to dance.
I ain't gonna even say nothing. I'm gonna just let Fetty Wap say it right for me. I'm letting me know, boy. I ain't gonna say it no more.
When she auditioned for the movie, but a stripper in her acting class told her to just go up there, turn around, bend over, and slap your butt. They'll never notice. And it worked. She got the part. Basically, Regina Hall was so fine that it didn't even matter that she couldn't dance, and she got the role over actual strippers. Give this woman her flowers while she's here. Hopper been trying this entire movie to keep Lance from finishing his book, and he finally succeeded. Look at the disappointment on Quentin's face. He just wants Harper to own up to everything. I guess Harper figured he'd be too drunk to find it later, but if he was gonna get so drunk anyway that you end up throwing the jacket right at Lance's feet, why even bother? At this point, Lance knows something is up, and takes a break from the festivities to go read more of the book. Evidently, he's a speed reader, because he gets to the point rather quickly. Proud of you, brother. Debunking stereotypes about athletes one word at a time. He finally learned what everybody else in the movie already knew days ago, and that's the fact that Harper did indeed have sex with the woman he's marrying tomorrow. You know what happens next.
Oh shit! Yo! What you doing, man?
Yo, that music does not fit the scene at all. You would think this was a comedy with that music. This is, however, no laughing matter, and Lance is willing to kill his best friend over the disrespect. Quentin has to talk him down from doing it. Okay, hear me out. Harper is whack as hell for sleeping with his best friend's girl. Let's establish that right from the beginning. But Mia only did it in response to Lance constantly sleeping with other women when they were in college. So I think Mia and Harper should be afforded a little bit of leeway. On top of all that, the idea that this woman should be a virgin to align with your on again, off again religious beliefs is asinine.
But the thing is, though, this is why he deserved to get beat up, though, by him. Because he didn't fuck none of her friends. It ain't like he fucked her friends. He just fucking other bitches. She could have fucked any other nigga that day. Or that night. She chose his best fucking friend. You gotta die. I'm sorry. You gotta die. I'm sorry, my nigga. You gots to go. You broke the bro code. You was my mans. I trusted you. You write a fucking book. Not only do you fuck my girl and don't tell me all these years, you make a fucking book that you gon' put out to the entire fucking world. Embarrassing me publicly. Nigga, fuck you. You gotta die. You gotta die. I'm sorry. It's just how it gotta be.
If I'm being honest.
God don't want this hell. He don't want this. Pull him out.
Exactly. Get out your feelings. I guess Lance said to hell with what I'm saying because he promptly calls off the wedding. Harper wasn't too beat up over what happened, no pun intended, because he still had the energy to show up to Jordan's place for some overdue action.
Just a second.
Shit. Hey, yo.
Wait a minute.
See that shit right there is an instant red flag. That shit right there is an instant red flag. Hell no. That shit right there is an instant red flag. Did you spray the Febreze on you? Oh no, you gotta. Oh no. Any bitch that sprayed the Febreze on her, oh no, I can't fuck with you. I'm sorry, I can't fuck with you if you sprayed the Febreze. If you smell like Febreze, I can't fuck with you. I know you sprayed that all over your shit. I mean, your pussy stank. Hell no, bitch. I'm gone.
Let's run that back.
Just a second.
I don't think I need to say anything else. Oh, now you want to show some balls when you get in front of Jordan. Harper gets all hot because Jordan was the one who initially let the book leak in the first place, and she delivers a slap that she insists was real and very hard, but upon further viewing, it really doesn't look all that hard to me.
No, she
I guess sex
him.
is off the table. The next morning, Harper meets Robin at the airport and confesses everything, even the fact that he tried to sleep with Jordan. It's hard for me to imagine her being shocked by all this. You mean to tell me out of everybody who read this book, his own girl didn't even read it to find out how he felt about all these women? Harper has bigger problems though, and he somehow convinces her to stay to help the wedding go as planned. Everybody showed up and got in place anyway, so I commend them for not giving up. Julian even showed up with Candy the stripper as his date. Good for you, man. I'd take a stripper over a manipulator any day.
Facts.
Lance even shows up, but only to cause a scene at the church. Why even bother? If you want to be all pissy about the situation, don't mess it up for everybody else, and especially don't embarrass your parents and your bride. And why are his boys so afraid of him? I'm willing to bet at least Quentin can take him. On top of all that, he's just being really mentally unstable if you ask me. Harper is doing everything possible to talk him down. It even calls out the fact that he lives in a fake reality where he expects everything to be perfect. Yeah, your friend sucks, but you're being incredibly unreasonable about all this, considering all the things you did to her.
So you calling me a hypocrite now?
Yes! You know what? Maybe they should call this wedding off so Lance can get some counseling before he goes to prison.
Facts.
After all that, Harper does convince him to get married, but only after he agrees to pray with Lance.
I'm a Christian, so I have to forgive you, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
Oh, please, dude. Who are these two guys? I guess they needed random extras because it would look weird with just 3 groomsmen. The wedding goes off without incident, although I think it drags on way too long. And it's kind of the main event, so if you didn't dedicate at least a little time to it, then I guess somebody would probably be mad. The only weird part about it is the random flashbacks that Lance has of Mia getting dug out by Harper. It's kind of funny, but I don't think it was necessary, and it kind of ruins the tone if I'm being honest. It's saved by the reception though, and I have to say, this reception is a lot less dramatic than the Joseph family reception from Soul Food. You know why? Because Lance and Mia didn't invite their goddamn exes to the reception. Well, Mia did sleep with the best man, but that's besides the point. Y'all acting like that's the plot of the movie or something. Isn't it considered tacky to propose to somebody at another person's wedding?
Yeah.
I guess Harper said, I'm gonna make this about me one way or the other. Shoot, I got books to sell. Robin says yes, and everybody dances the night away and lives happily ever after. Nobody had more fun than Quentin and Shelby that night though. But hold up. You spent the majority of the movie trying to get your boy Julius to leave his girl, only to sleep with her after the wedding? That confirms it. Man law violations absolutely do not exist with these dudes.
Not at all.
Let's get to the grade. For a movie that was inspired by Soul Food and compared to The Wood, I think it's easily the best movie out of the 3. It's a complicated movie that I think is meant to make you feel uncomfortable. It's another movie similar to Soul Food that's not really meant to provide you with a happy ending, but rather leave you to ponder how the characters deal with their issues going forward. Unlike Soul Food though, this movie did get a sequel, which I'll be covering next. But ignoring that for now, as a standalone movie, The Best Man is a true-to-life portrayal of the volatile friendship dynamic among men. You can make all the unofficial man laws and friend rules you want, but men usually make bad decisions when women are involved. And instead of dealing with it like boys, they just hide it. Every man in the movie has a bad relationship with their woman, and the only thing really holding them back It's accountability. It's this deep writing that I think puts The Best Man above your usual black friends and family movie of the time. The entire movie is basically about Harper attempting to absolve his transgressions and indirectly the transgressions of his friends through his book. It works, but not without anger and suffering. The religious aspect of it seems forced and doesn't really fit Lance's character, but I want to believe that it was meant to be that way, and he was supposed to come off like a hypocrite. The acting is superb, aside from Taye Diggs. Even though he's the star, I feel like he was miscast. Probably not a popular opinion, but I think somebody who didn't approach the role as somebody attempting to act like a black man would have been a better fit. It just didn't come off as natural, and I didn't believe him as a lifelong friend of the other three guys. Regardless, there's not much I can say bad about the cast, as everybody in it has had long and very deserving successful careers, and I consider this movie to be one of their highlights. My grade for The Best Man is a B-. It challenges you a little more than your average friends and family movie, but some of the characters' decisions are a little outlandish.
And that it is, but I can't knock it for that. I gotta give this movie an A, bro. This is one of the best written movies I've ever witnessed, bro. I fucks with this movie. This is a top 5 movie in my personal opinion. I love this movie. This is a top 5 movie. I see why my mom made me watch this over. Well, it took me to go see this over Toy Story, even though I fell asleep through the whole fucking movie. Still though, is it better than Toy Story 2? Hell no. I would put it above Toy Story 2. That's still near and dear to my heart there. You know what I'm saying? But, bitch, what you want, man? See, man, stop playing with me, man. Niggas keep playing with me, man. But nah, yeah, I give this movie an A+. This is a top 5 hood movie for me. Top 5 black/hood movie for me. Definitely some great writing, very great story. Everybody did a good job. And I never really looked at Taye Diggs and said the way how he looks at him, but he's entitled to his own opinion of Taye Diggs. I have my own reasoning. I throughout all the Taye Diggs movies, I've never really seen him being that. I just always thought he was he just a more, you know, he's elegant with his vocabulary. So I never really saw anything different from that. There's nothing wrong with having having an elegant vocabulary. I never understood that. But anyways, though, that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. I'll get back to you. Till then, peace out. Oh yeah, we live streaming today. Lit. We litty. Especially when we go on Twitch. We'll try to live stream as early as I possibly fucking can. So hopefully we're going to live stream today around like 5 o'clock. I'm going to give it 5 o'clock, y'all. Okay? I'm going to give it 5 o'clock. After that, we going in because today is WrestleMania. I'm missing WrestleMania to kick it with y'all. Understand that I'm missing night 1 of WrestleMania to be on Twitch, to be on YouTube and Twitch with y'all. So make sure y'all pull up to the live stream. We in there, we lit. It's all that. Yeah. You already know. Especially when we go on Twitch, it's definitely finna be lit.